begins at the rear box of the control panel. When you start the truck up, the first thing we do is turn the knob to turn the power on. It boots the computer up. We have started in manual in suck back, and at this point right now we have the M flashing. We hit start to make the M solid and we turn the pump. We have pump turn, it means the pump is not seized up. At that point we can begin the heating process. So we will stop the pump, we will go to tank circulate, and we will start the pump that way manually. We will go slowly first to find out what temperature of the material is by selecting the knob over 3 points to the target temperature, which is defaulted at 35 degrees. At that point, we check our temperature of oil in the tank, which is higher than default, means the burners will not ignite. In order for the burners to ignite, we need to increase the value above this target, the actual temperature, in order for the burners to start. At that point, we'll need to come back here, open the flue, make sure we have enough material in the tank according to the tank burner gauge. It's 2555 and we're showing 5200 on the tank gauge. At that point we can actually circulate a little higher. We can go to auto and start, and to light the lower burner at that point we would turn it on. The burner will ignite and begin the heating process, at which point it will come up to the target temperature. When that comes up to that temperature, it will shut off. We're going to pretend like it did and we shut it off manually. Now we have a cool down period on the burner of about 2.5 minutes, so we leave the flue open until the burner actually quits turning. Once it's cooled down, we know we're up to temperature in our tank. We're in tank circulate. I'm going to select back to the main screen, and then I'm ready to go to bar circulate. So now what I want to do is go to bar circulate. I will go to manual with the pump knob turned down, hit start, and I will circulate in manual at about 250 liters per minute to get the bar warmed up. It takes, depending on the temperature of the material, about 30 to 35 seconds or so. You can feel the bar, and it will tell you when the bar is ready. When you're done, when the bar is warmed up, the valves are warmed up, you turn that down, go to auto and hit start. Now you're ready to go get in the truck and spray. So you would close the rear box and go get in the truck, turn the switches on that you need to spray. Right now there's 2.4 meters, which is the center bar, 8 feet. Right now we are circulating in the bar and we are ready to spray. We make sure that we lower the bar, fold our wings down, and we turn on how many spray valves we want to do. These are 1-foot controls for 12-foot total. All we have to do right now is make sure that our preset, which we've selected in this button right here at 0.360, is set, and we begin driving and turn the master spray switch on and off. That will spray the oil out as you need it. Now if something were to happen and you had a valve stick or had oil leaking in the back, there's a suck back override switch here. You can flip that up and hit start. It will suck the oil back out of the bar. You go back to the back, determine what the problem is, repair it, and then come back up here when you're ready to do that. You slip that down and hit start again. It begins circulating oil back into the bar again. At that point, our circulation rate is extremely low. So we can actually use a preset. We have 5 presets here and 5 more presets when we flip the switch down. So I'll go to a higher preset rate to get the oil back into the bar. And this is circulating at 288 liters a minute. Takes just a few minutes to get the air and get the bar warmed back up after you've repaired what was leaking back there.
So each preset has a predetermined GPM?
Yes, but you can change those.
You can change.
So I'll set that back up and go back to my predetermined spray amount, and then I'm ready to spray again. So you can shut 1 foot off as you're circulating. I'm going to set this at a higher rate so you can see what the gallons per minute are, and as I start shutting 1 foot switches off, nothing happens on the 2 outer ones because the wings are folded up. But as I get to the main bar and I start shutting them off, you can see the circulation cut itself back.
Yep.
It decreases or increases circulation rate based on how many switches you have on. When your wings are up and you're not spraying with them, make sure the switches are off. They won't work, but if you hit a bump or something and you're going by a person or a vehicle, it will spray.
It'll trip the
safety switch. So make sure if they're folded up, they're not on. Okay? And that's really all there is to it. If you wanted to change a rate back here, let's say for example, I want to set this rate down, 1 through 5, I push this button and I change the value down to whatever I want it set at. And I stop and I let go and it's there. So if I go back to here and go back there, it's preset at what I set it at. And there are 5 here and 5 more here. The select and the value buttons are the same as they are at the rear. The clear message button is basically when that centering switch light comes up, you can hit that and it clears it.
Okay.
Or if you get an error message. You have lift, side shift, wing fold, and bar latch and unlatch here. And the power I always turn on or off basically at the rear, unless you're going to suck it back here and then start here. It's a pretty simple safety system.
USB port is just
Charging somebody's smartphone other than yours. You're done spraying. You're going to go to the suck back point. So we'll raise the bar up. We'll latch it in position. We'll fold the wings up. And then we will go to suck back in auto and hit start. It's going to run, and you can listen to the pump. If you listen over here, you can hear the pump. And it will tell you when it's not pulling material back. At that point right there, it's actually quit pulling oil. To verify, I will go stand off to the rear of the bar at the back. I will raise one nozzle up. You can feel the vacuum, you can hear the vacuum. And until this truck gets revamped with the washdown pump, I will turn the washdown on. We'll open the valve here. And I will let that run for a little bit to introduce some release agent number 2 into the pump, aka diesel fuel. At that point, I turn the knob up about 3/4 of the way. I go to manual, I hit start, and I let that material get coated, the gears in the pump get coated with release agent. Then I stop the pump. I go back here and don't forget to shut this valve off. I shut off the washdown pump, and I press the power button and I'm done.